Now, Fikile Thwala's family still has no clue about his whereabouts since he went missing at the age of 19 in 2011. The mother alleges that some people have information regarding where her son was killed and buried. Newzroom Africa's Zola Sholwana is at a farm near Vosloorus, where Fikile's remains were allegedly buried 14 years ago. Zola, good afternoon to you once again. Do we now have more of a sense as to where Fikile's remains are?
Well, Katlaho, we are at a farm, and this is a place that was pointed by this alleged man who was part of the people that actually buried Fikile 14 years ago here. Now, earlier on, I did mention that we were with the family, and this man that allegedly helped those that killed Fikile bury him into a shallow grave, and this is the direction that he pointed us at. Now, this is a farm that's very close to Vosloorus, and we are seeing a couple of men that are preparing to exhume the body, and obviously guided by this man that says he knows where Fikile was buried. But let's speak to the sister to tell us more about where we are now. Lerata, thank you very much for your time. Why are we here?
So we're here now. Today we found the guy, as per instruction from the police that we should find the guy, and he must come and repoint at where did this shallow grave, where did they dig. So we're here to proceed with the exhuming of the remains of my brother, because I can call him late. So he did participate, and he's not fighting. He's willing to assist and saying that I remember, because we did ask him again, can you please repeat what you said when you came at our house? He said, no problem, I am going to assist you. So he just showed us somewhere here. We're not sure, because this is a very big place, and it's been a year since we went to the police to report that someone knows the whereabouts of our brother. And since we've been here, it has grown. There's a lot of grass, and we couldn't just come and point ourselves because we were not there and we can't remember exactly where. So we tried to point, and then yesterday we came. The police came together with the sniffing dogs, but because it has been a very long time, the dog couldn't sniff anything. So
when you speak to this gentleman who's also a part of us now, what was his reason for not speaking out for so long and only coming to, allegedly confess to you guys years later?
So what he told us is that he was afraid of the guy that came to him and said, you know what, we need a lift. So the story that he gave us is that we need a lift. Our car has stuck. Can you please take us to Makakula? We had Zonkizizwe, and that's when he stopped here, and they just said, and he said he doesn't want to be part of it, but they said, you know what, you can stay in the car. We're just going to take the body out, and that's where he just said, I saw them go to this direction and to this, and this is what happened on that day. So we're not sure, because he's just keeping himself out of the scene and reporting other people doing the crime.
As much as we cannot really confirm that, this is, or rather we're not certain that we'll find the remains, but at least this gives you some sort of hope as a family that you are a step closer to finding closure 14 years later.
Yeah, we truly believe and hope that we find closure, and there's nothing more relieving to know where our brother is at this point. And in our hearts, we know that our reality is there's a 2-2 chances that we might find the remains and we might not find anything. But we're just hoping and praying that today is the final day, because we've been going back and forth. We've been trying to get hold of him. We practically spent the next 3 days to find him, and yesterday was just, we found him at 12 a.m. and we couldn't keep him at our house. We went to the police station, but they also failed to help us just to keep him safe so that we can pick him up in the morning and we could go. And we also had to ask some other guys to just go stay with him overnight so that he can come and return in the morning.
Thank you very much, Lerato Thwala, who is the sister to the late Fikile Thwala, and they are really hoping that something will come out of the process that will be beginning any time from now, and that is the body being, or rather remains being exhumed, if that will even be possible, because the gentleman is pointing at that direction, but this farm is quite huge, so nobody really knows where the person was buried, but they'll have to rely on this person. We spoke to the mother and how this has affected her, Katlego, and the entire family. She says they were planning to relocate to Mpumalanga, but the thought of not knowing where the remains of her son are at this point and leaving him behind, haunts her every day. So she's hoping that from this, she will eventually find closure.